Well, welcome back. Our guest is Dan Rodgers. He's a executive coach and trainer. He works with executives and to help them achieve their goals. And Dan, we're talking about this is January. A lot of people are setting New Year's resolutions, but a lot fewer people keep them. Why is it that people don't keep those New Year's resolutions that they set?
You know, that's always the magic pill, what everybody wants. How do I set a goal and be able to accomplish it and stay with it? And, you know, when you look down to it, Robert, you're changing behaviors. You know, I'm going for a goal, like if I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to diet, or start an exercise program. If it's business, I'm going to do more sales. Right. So you're actually changing behaviors. And, you know, that's a habit. And it's hard to break an old habit to start a new habit. And when people find out it's a little bit of work, then they end up giving it out, you know, and saying, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm going to go back to eating, smoking, or going back to sales the way I used to.
Okay. And you mentioned sales. Resolutions are, a lot of people think of as a personal goal. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to save money. But businesses set goals too. Right?
Absolutely. You think about any business, you just talk about the cash flow, you know, whether how much revenue is coming in the door, how much expenses are going out the door, and people think about, what do we want to do this year? We're going to open up new offices, or do we want to increase our sales by 10, 15% this year? Do we want to add more people, or we want to lay people off because we're not doing so well? So there are quite a few business goals that get set in any given year also.
Okay. And you had mentioned earlier, when we were chatting before, that the key question in goal setting is not so much what, when, but really why. Why do I want to set this goal?
It is exactly right, because if you think about it, the why is, what is the motivation? Why am I motivated to do this? If it's somebody else's goal, and that's what happens in businesses, he says, you know, Robert, I want you to go out and do X amount of sales this year.
Right.
That's my goal. That's not your goal. And so we asked, why am I motivated to go out and fulfill your needs? So I always say, why do I want to be motivated in order to fulfill the needs of the company?
You also mentioned that one goal might counteract or interfere with another goal. So we might say, I want to do better in business, so I'm going to spend more time at the office, but at the same time I want to spend more time with my family and exercise more and things like that. So you've got a wheel, and we're putting it up on the screen now. A few different areas on this. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
Well, it's called the Wheel of Life. And the Wheel of Life, it breaks down 8 areas of a person's life. And the things that where you can set goals. And we have things like beliefs and values, spiritual and ethical goals, physical and emotional, learning, education, family and friends, social, recreational, financial, and work and career. And if you think about it, if I set goals in one of those areas, and let's take the, if I'm going to go through, am I going to change my physical education? I'm going to start running more. And so when I start running out there, I might start really getting into my running and start doing more exercises and stuff, which may now tell me I need to buy equipment. Now that's a financial impact. And the financial impact is I start buying more equipment, then I want more equipment, that'll give me better abs, better butt, better shoulders, better arms and stuff. So each one affects another one. So you can't just set goals in one area of the wheel of life, because you know it's going to affect another one. If I give up smoking, I may turn to eating.
Okay. And as far as a business, the same thing applies. You want to increase sales, but that might mean an increase in costs. So your cost-cutting goals and your sales increase goals might be in conflict if they're not worked together properly.
Exactly. If a person starts setting up new sales goals, and we want to go up 50% this year, that may mean hiring 2-3 more people. Now that's an expense. If I bring those people in, they come with their own set of issues, you know, and I need to know that. And one may do really well, one may not do so well. So then I end up replacing somebody, you know, with another person. So financially, it can be a burden on me, and I need to think those processes through as I start setting up my goals.
Okay. Now you had a formula for us. It's SMART goals. You want to run us through what SMART stands for?
Whenever you set up goals, we use an acronym called SMART, S-M-A-R-T. The S is specific. We have to set up goals that are specific. You can't just say I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to increase sales. I have to really give it a number, because we're going to use that for the second part of the acronym, which is measurable, M. Measurable, we want to be able to know that we've made it. How did we get there? Can we measure all along the route and all along the journey, as I call it? And then that leads us into A, which is it attainable? Can I attain this goal? If I'm 200 pounds and I want to lose 20 pounds of weight, that's fine. But if I'm 90 pounds and I want to lose 20, that may not be so obtainable to do that. Where somebody says, I'm going to quadruple my business this year, and they're only, just a small company, and they're going to go to 15 million or something. And that makes it very difficult. The R becomes realistic. Is it realistic or not? Is it realistic that I can attain going to the moon, but it's not very realistic I'm going to get there? Okay. And then the last one, which is one of the most important ones, is the T, which is the timetable. Mm-hmm. If you don't put a time behind something, I can say I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to lose 20 pounds. The next 30 years?
Right.
My joke has always been is that when a company, I said, I can triple your revenues.
Right. If you give me enough time.
If you give me enough time, right? If I gave you 30 years, right. I can triple your revenue. Yeah. But people don't want to hear that. They want to find what the results are going to be. Nor is it realistic that I'm going to double sales in a week for the entire year.
All right, so specific, measurable, attainable,
realistic and
timetable.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate your help today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Come back, two of the goals where a lot of people set goals is health and finances. We're going to hear more about how we can keep those specific goals when we come back.